Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Cortland in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Morgan Wallen and Post Malone, I had some help. Good morning, it's Brain and Cortland. Welcome to a Thursday.
I can already tell today is just not going to be my day.
Yeah, I was in my office this morning, minding my own business, having some almonds.
You're so healthy.
Occasionally, there's lots of salt on them. Don't give me too much credit. And my phone dings, and usually when it dings at this time of the morning, it's Cortland. And I look down, and the message says, currently sitting in my car, waiting for the frost to be removed from my windshield because I don't have wiper fluid. And what else?
My scraper.
And you don't have a scraper in your car.
It broke last year, so I don't have a scraper. And yes, I am out of windshield wiper fluid. I just had to sit there and wait for it to defrost.
Like in the olden days, before scrapers.
Oh, I should have remote started my car, but the other day I went to do it and it was so warm that I was like, wow, that was a waste of my time. So I figured today's probably warm. No, it wasn't. And then I got to work and I found out that somebody here did something without asking me first, and then that made me angry. So I am fired up on adrenaline and caffeine this morning.
I've never been more afraid for my life. It's like there's a bear in the studio with me, and I think it's friendly, and I'm pretty sure that she's just hungry.
I am hungry. But do you have any more of those donuts?
I do.
Yes.
I do, but I can't be. So there you go. As long as I feed the bear donuts, I'm going to be okay.
It's not, you didn't do anything wrong, so you're not on my bad side, but
thank God.
I'll tell you what, don't get on my bad side today.
Okay. Would this be a bad time to mention I'm off tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I have 2 donuts. Will that help? 2 donuts? Cortland, take all the donuts.
I cannot eat
Take all the donuts and just leave me alone. Yeah, listen, we all have days that start like that. So I've got to, I did use windshield wiper fluid this morning to get the frost off of my car. But it's getting to be that time of year where if you need to fill up your reservoir in your car, make sure and switch to the stuff that has the antifreeze in it, because eventually it's going to really get cold and then you'll need that.
Yeah, I know. I have to get it. See, normally I just get an oil change and then they do all that for you and you don't have to worry about it. And I am due for an oil change, so possibly. I also need new brakes, I found out yesterday. So,
well, I will say this.
My right brakes apparently are like 99% done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen.
That's awesome.
I had to change multiple brakes on multiple cars last year. It was awesome. And I knew that one car was in need of brakes because every time I hit the brakes, it was metal on metal. And I went, yeah, I should probably get that taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah. The song Sparks Fly come to mind.
But
I didn't see Sparks.
I did get new tires yesterday. And
hey, that's
really
great.
Nice, so
yeah.
Shout out to Mount Vernon Tire.
It can officially snow. Cortland's got tires.
Yeah, baby.
I'm joking. Don't ever let it snow again. It's Brain and Cortland at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Jelly Roll and I Am Not Okay. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. Welcome into a Thursday morning. So my daughters are both really into, well, especially Kaylee, really into the energy drinks made by a company called Alani. Have you seen Alani's before? Mm-hmm. And they come in a variety of different flavors, and they've had special edition ones. I know Kaylee really liked the special edition Kim Kardashian one that came out earlier this year. I know.
What does that taste like?
I have no idea. I'm rolling my eyes on the radio right now, folks, if you can't tell. And so apparently Alani was coming out with a very special holiday edition one. And the girls had seen them advertised on TikTok online, and they were supposedly available at retailers at the beginning of the month. And so the girls have been hunting everywhere for these holiday Alanis. And one of the places that they were supposed to be readily available was Target. And so Carly and I go to Target last night. She was looking for an unrelated item. And while we were there, she goes, oh, Dad, let's look for the holiday Alanis. And I said, okay. Let's go. Let's see if we can find a couple.
So you went on a hunt.
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest with you.
For energy drink.
I looked in the section where the drinks are normally at. I looked on the holiday end caps, which of course retailers are putting out all over the place now since it is November. Mm-hmm. Man, we couldn't find them anywhere. And so I'm like, well, listen, either they're sold out or they just don't have enough in stock yet. And maybe they'll have more. So we go look for what Carly was at Target for. And I will just say that we were in she was looking for some lotions. And so we were in the lotion section. which smelled wonderful, by the way. And all of a sudden, we turn a corner down another aisle of similar products, and there, sitting on the shelf amongst bottles of lotion, is a Holiday Alani.
Just one,
sitting there. And I go, Carly, it was like a unicorn had appeared in the meadow. I'm like, look it. It's a Holiday Alani. I've never seen one in real life before, only online.
Oh, my God.
And so she grabs it, and she's like, oh, my God. She goes, Dad, this is amazing. I go, yeah, isn't it, though? We got one. We can say we found one. And she goes, I kind of feel bad, though. She goes, because I'm going to have this, and I wanted to get one for Kaylee. And I said, well, listen, you can share it, whatever. We turn the corner. In the same department, in the same kind of products, sitting behind a couple of more bottles was another Holiday Alani. So what I think had happened is somebody had got them, and they were maybe placing them and trying to hide them. And so they could come back and get them. They weren't hidden very well, by the way. They were in plain sight. But so we grabbed the two, and it was just like we'd won this strange.
It was fate.
It was like a scavenger hunt, and we found the two rarest items. And so we went home.
I'm sure you also could have, I don't know, asked an employee.
We did ask employees.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I was going to say.
100%.
Instead of doing a scavenger hunt through the store.
And we've asked employees at other retail locations where we've searched for these too, and they just don't have them yet, or they sell out too quick, which is ridiculous, by the way. It's a drink.
Yeah, but it's that internet popularity.
I tell you. So we got home, and we unveiled our findings to Kaylee, and you'd have thought it was Christmas Eve.
Well, now you know what to put in their stockings this year.
I guess I'm going to get them Alani holiday drinks for stocking stuffers.
Is it good? Did you try it? Did they try it?
I tried a sip, and it's a strange flavor because it has what I could detect as a little bit of coconut and pineapple. And I'm like, this is not a holiday flavor.
Unless you're spending your holiday in like Hawaii.
Unless you're on the beach somewhere. So anyway, we found two. If anybody else knows where there's a stock, like where I can pick up a pallet. Not a pallet. That was the wrong word.
Have the truck just back up into your driveway.
Where are the Alanis for Brain's daughters? Beep. No,
goodness.
Like a little box of them or something. That would be great. But I don't know where you can find them. And I'm not ordering them online. People just say order them online. I refuse to. Refuse to order them online.
Refuse to order a beverage on the internet.
Give me a break. If I want a beverage, it's going to be instant gratification. I'll buy it at store. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Think I'm in love with you from Chris Stapleton. It's Brain and Cortland. Think we'd like to have lunch with you. I don't think that. I know that because we do it every Tuesday. And in the month of November, we are at Edith Lucille's Bait Shack and Wing Depot in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah, as long as you're nice. We would love to have some lunch with you.
I mean, really, we're not going to know you're nice until we get to lunch. And at that point in time, you've already won lunch.
And here's the thing. We've had people at lunch not know who we are. The winner knows who we are, and then the rest of the group doesn't, and they all talk amongst themselves. And if that's how you want to do lunch, you just want to hang out with your coworkers and talk to them, you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to.
Yeah,
I mean, we'd like you to, but you don't have to.
Cortland and I will sit there and we'll secretly judge you, and we'll talk about you.
We'll just sit there and talk about work.
In hushed tones. No, listen, yeah. We've had all kinds of different groups at lunches, and one of the questions that we will oftentimes get asked at Lister Lunch is, what's the strangest or weirdest group? Honestly, you all are so incredibly normal.
Few, yeah.
Very nice. So let's keep the trend going here. We've got 3 more lunches for all of 2024. So November's our last month for Lister Lunch. Get entered for free lunch at Edith Lucille's now on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. One for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Blake Shelton and Honeybee. I'll tell you what, you can be his Honeybee. I'll let you be my salsa guy, and that's where Cortland stopped by. Stopped by yesterday, and this is kind of a cool thing that the salsa guy has a standalone restaurant because it didn't start that way, right?
No, he's been serving breakfast burritos and salsa and all sorts of other kinds of dips at the Cedar Rapids Downtown Farmers Market for a long time.
Yeah,
and they announced over the summer that they were going to be opening up a restaurant. And the restaurant is a teeny tiny little place over on Mount Vernon Road. It's right next to the Burger King over there. I believe it used to be like Sweet Basil's Pie or something like that.
Okay. I know it's right across the Dairy Queen that my daughter worked at all summer. So I saw it too. And I had never been in, but you were in the neighborhood yesterday and you're like, hey, let's stop in and check out the salsa guy.
Yes. Well, they serve the alfalfa sandwich.
Yes.
That so many people remember so fondly.
Made famous by Alfalfa's Deli, which was open for years. It was run by Elijah Wood's family back in the day?
So that's what I ended up ordering yesterday.
You did? Okay, that kind of surprises me. I thought you'd get like something else.
No, well, they have a lot of other options, and the menu changes a bit, but it's cool because you can go in and order food, but then they also have like a refrigerator where you can buy all the dips and the salsas.
Sure.
And so I ended up getting the sandwich. I chose turkey, sharp cheddar cheese, and wheat bread because you get to pick all three of those things.
Okay.
And then it's loaded up with sprouts and some other vegetables and a ton of dill spread.
I was going to say, I remember the dill spread very fondly from Alfalfa's. It was
the perfect amount of dill spread.
That's awesome.
Which is a lot of dill spread. And then I ended up getting their homemade fried chips on the side, and then I got a dipping sauce to go with it, and they have a whole bunch of options when it comes to dipping sauces. So very cute, very clean little place. Everybody there was super nice, and the food was fantastic.
So is there room, if you want to go there, is there room to sit and eat at the restaurant, or is it kind of a take-and-go place?
I would say for the most part it's a take-and-go place, but they do have like a little bar seating area where a few people could fit in there, but it's it's not a large place. Sure. I would say probably go in and take your food to go. Okay.
Well, I like stories like this. I like restaurants that start off as food stands, food carts. You know, you work for years, you build up your following, and then, you know, you get to the point where you're able to open up a place like this. And I think that's really cool. So, Salsa Guy, worth checking out off of Mount Vernon Road, right?
100%.
Okay.
There are several things on the menu that I really want to try. They have a really good sounding burger, a chicken sandwich, and they have a brisket burrito.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, it looks real good. So 100% I will be back. But if you need a place to stop in for lunch, the Salsa Guy, it's a good choice.
Okay. You can check it out off of Mount Vernon Road in Cedar Rapids. It's Brain and Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Country 98.1 K-Hawk. One bad habit from Tim McGraw. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. Another day of qualifying for that huge flyaway to California, Kane Brown and his High Road Tour. You can be there in March of 2025.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to go.
No kidding.
It's a free concert and a free flight and free hotel and free money.
Free money.
Free money, $500.
Yeah, and listen, you're going to be hanging out in San Diego in March, which I've never been to San Diego.
I've never been to California in general.
It's one of the cities in California that I've never been to, and I hear it's beautiful, though. And you can be there to see Kane Brown. Enter those codes on your K-Hawk app. We, of course, give you your first chance coming up at 8:20. But there are also codes at 10:20, 1:20, 4:20, and 7:20.
And obviously, the more codes you enter, the better your chances of winning.
You could be in San Diego with Kane Brown.
And all of the cast of Anchorman.
Ron Burgundy. That's right. There you go. Insert your Anchorman quotes here and get qualified at 8:20 on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Don't say both. And don't say either one. It's this or that Thursday on 98.1 K-Hawk.
And we told you earlier and have teased that it's an app battle. I guess I should specify appetizers, not Instagram versus Snapchat.
I mean, we could do that.
I mean, we could, I guess. But I think appetizers that you eat much more interesting than apps you use. And so today, in honor of yesterday being National Nachos Day, nachos, one of your choices today, Cortland.
Yes, absolutely. But the other option is loaded fries. Typically, loaded fries have cheese and bacon and maybe some green onion on there.
Yeah.
And then some ranch dressing. But there's different variations, just like there's different variations of nachos. So just use your imagination.
So I guess to me, if I'm going to have something that's got a bunch of toppings on it, I will say this. I think my wife likes some loaded fries once in a while. We'll get some bacon cheese fries every once in a while. But
have you had the ones from Rock Bar?
Yes, I have. Yeah, they're amazing. So, but yeah, I don't think anyone will be shocked to hear you go Team Nacho, but I'm going nachos today too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody on our Facebook page, Matt, he said, I wasn't able to tune in yesterday, but did Cortland take yesterday off? Figured National Nacho Day would be a national holiday in her house, like Major League Baseball opening day is in mine.
That's very true. That's very true, Matt. I hear you there.
Well, nachos are in a significant lead currently, but it's only been up for 12 minutes. So
go to the K-Hawk Facebook page, like for nachos, love for loaded fries. And then if you want to, let us know your favorite spot to grab either in the comments section today.
Mm-hmm.
pictures, by the way, of both options look fantastic.
I know. I spent a lot of time picking out the right pictures. You know, there were a lot of stock images of nachos, but none of them looked cheesy. I'm like, we got to focus on the cheese.
That's crucial. I think crucial in both of those. Nachos and loaded fries. Cheese me, please. This or That Thursday. Vote now. It's Braden Cortland on K-Hawk. 0.1 K-Hawk. Ella Langley and Riley Green, and You Look Like You Love Me. It's Braden Cortland. Welcome into Name That Country Love Song for Haley Witter's tickets as she gets set to play Swisher, the Dance More Ballroom, a couple of nights. Friday night, November 22nd. That show is sold out. But we're giving away tickets for the Saturday night, November 23rd concert.
All you have to do is listen to this clip of an iconic country love song and tell us what the title is.
That's right. Yesterday, T-Swizzle. Today, not. So,
is it still cool to call her that?
I don't know. Cortland, when have I ever worried about being cool? I'm a 50-year-old father of 3.
I think your daughters would think that's so cringe.
Yeah, probably. Okay, there you go.
Are you Delulu?
Okay.
What's the one we learned yesterday? Skibbity?
Skibbity! I told you I was just going to whip that out in just various moments in time. Well, here's one of them. All right, take a listen to today's cut. Skibbity!
They said, I bet they'll never make it.
Wow, if we can only figure out what great country love song that is.
So good.
Skibbity!
Such a good song.
They said, I bet they'll never make it.
Name that country love song, and if you do so correctly, you're off to see Haley Witter's. 365-3698 or hit the call us button now using your 98.1 K-Hawk app. Good luck from K-Hawk. Braden Cortland giving away tickets to see Haley Witter's. If we can name that country love song.
Hey, Hawk, good morning. You are caller number 10. Who's this and where are you calling from?
This is Becky from Anamosa.
All right, Becky, take another listen.
They said, I bet they'll never make it.
What is the name of that song?
It's Shania Twain, You're Still the One.
Exactly right.
Oh, such a great song.
I feel like we're at somebody's wedding right now hearing that play.
Oh.
One of the most popular wedding
That's
songs
awesome.
of all time. Hey, congratulations. You're going to see Haley Witter's at Dance More.
Thank you.
Yes, from 1997, which means, yes, it was played at my wedding in 1999.
Do you remember it?
I do remember. This is one of the songs at Holly Deaf Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Parmalee and Gonna Love You. It's Braden Cortland. Good morning. Time for a segment we like to call What We Watched. Or in this segment, it's going to be called What Cortland Watched and What Brain Tried to Watch.
Oh, no.
You texted me yesterday about a new show that you have discovered that is out there.
Yeah. So it's like half documentary, half reenactment. And each episode is only it's less than a half an hour long.
Okay.
And this is a weekly series. So I didn't realize that when I started watching it. And after I got through episode 3, the thing came up that said, next episode, Friday night at 10 p.m.
And you're like, oh, man.
And I'm like, God, I should have waited. But it is a new series, and it's called It's Florida, Man. And it is true stories, news stories that have come out of Florida. Because as we all know, whenever you hear about something insane that happens, it always seems to be from Florida.
Yeah.
And so it's very similar to a drunk history style show. But let me just tell you the premise of the first 3 episodes. Okay? Episode number 1 is about a guy who went on Craigslist looking to make some money.
Sure.
And a man offered to pay him to cut off his toes and cook them and eat them in front of him. And this man agreed to do it.
Wow.
Episode 2 is about a man who was swimming in a lake and had his arm bitten off by an alligator and survived 3 days out in the wilderness with no arm.
Oh, my gosh.
And episode 3 is about a battle between a mermaid and a witch who are neighbors.
Okay, that sounds... it's
so insane.
A day that ends in Y in the state of Florida.
And it's like these people are in on how crazy it sounds.
Yeah, they're not trying to act like this is normal. They know it's crazy.
No. And so I just thought it was so interesting and so entertaining. It's on Max.
Okay, it's on the Max.
It's an HBO series. So it's called It's Florida, Man. Only 3 episodes out right now, but you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of those 3 episodes.
Okay, so on a completely unrelated show, the final part of season 5 of Yellowstone debuts on Sunday on Paramount Plus and the network, by the way. on TV or your streaming service. And so I was like, hey, I need to catch up and kind of revisit Yellowstone Season 5, Part 1. And so I thought to myself, I'll download and resubscribe to Paramount Plus so I can catch up. And we had recently gotten rid of a couple streaming services we didn't watch much anymore. One of them was Peacock. Well, I quickly discovered that despite the fact that Yellowstone airs on the Paramount Plus television network, it does not stream on the Paramount Plus streaming service.
Where does it stream?
It streams on Peacock, the one I just dropped. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now,
there's just too many streaming services. How am I supposed to keep track of what's on what?
The only thing that may have saved me is I have YouTube TV. And when you have that, you have unlimited DVR. And so I'm pretty sure that Yellowstone is one of the shows I've always recorded. And so I got to go check my DVR and see if I have Yellowstone Season 5 episode or Part 1 saved on my DVR.
DVR, wow. It's been a long time since I had one of those.
Yeah. I mean,
I wonder how popular they still are now with streaming where you can watch everything on demand.
Well, I mean, the live TV services all have them. Like YouTube TV, I know Hulu with live TV has DVR. So, yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, Yellowstone, the last season comes out and starts this Sunday. So I'm looking forward to it. Although I really wasn't impressed, I'll be honest.
I feel like you've been waiting like for 4 years for this.
I know. And of course, Kevin Costner isn't a part of Season 5, Part 2. I guess we'll find out what they did with his character starting on Sunday. It's Brandon Cortland on 98.1. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Shabuzi and a bar song. Good morning, it's Brandon Cortland. And we are excited to tell you that we have some big plans coming up on Monday. Monday is Veterans Day, and we are going to be celebrating Veterans Day at a local Hy-Vee location.
Yes, we are. We're going to be at the Wilson Ave Hy-Vee, correct?
That is correct.
And we're going to be there all morning. We're doing our whole show there.
Yeah, we're going to do the morning show live from the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee on Monday, so you can stop out and say hello. Of course, Hy-Vee does a wonderful thing. This is their 25th annual free Veterans Day breakfast. They offer it free to veterans from 6 to 10 a.m. at various Hy-Vee locations throughout the corridor.
Pretty
in Eastern
much
Iowa.
all of them.
I think everyone does it. And they do an amazing job. So we thought we would head to a Hy-Vee and hang out and watch all the veterans get their free breakfast and have some fun and honor those veterans on Veterans Day.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, I don't know if people know this.
I don't think they do.
But our 10-year anniversary as a morning show is on Sunday.
It is.
So we're going to play a fun little game while we're out on location on Monday to see how well Brain and I know each other.
It's the morning show game. Also, something else I don't think people realize is going to be happening at our live broadcast on Monday morning. Monday morning at 7:20.
Oh, yeah.
We have more Great Jones County Fair country concert news to share with you.
I forgot about that.
Just because we're live on location doesn't mean we aren't breaking concert news and giving away the first pair of track tickets to the show, we tell you.
Yeah. Wow, Monday's going to be a big day for us.
There is going to be a lot going on, and the most important part of all of that, of course, is that Monday is Veterans Day. Thank you to Hy-Vee for doing what they do for veterans and having us out to the Wilson Avenue Hy-Vee. We will see you Monday morning starting at 6 a.m. at the Wilson Ave Hy-Vee with K-Hawk.
Good, bad, or otherwise. Here's Brandon Cortland with Country Quickies on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Well, we'll start off with the Garth Brooks legal case, and apparently Garth's lawyers have filed a motion that's kind of a big deal in his legal case, and it kind of flew under the radar with all the election coverage going on, but here's what happened. Entertainment Tonight reports that Garth's lawyers have filed a motion to move the lawsuit to federal court and not the Superior Court of California. Legal experts say that this move will increase the likelihood of either a dismissal or it will expedite the trial. Federal court will be a third arena for any potential litigation on the matter. So we'll have to wait and see how this all plays out. But, of course, Garth being charged with rape and sexual assault on separate occasions in 2019.
So let's move on to some new music, shall we?
Let's do it.
Dwight Yoakam has just released a new song from his upcoming album, Brighter Days. It's called I'll Pay the Price, and it's actually the third song that he's released from this album. By the way, this album was written and recorded over the last 3 years and includes 12 brand new songs in addition to 3 covers. Brighter Days will be out everywhere next Friday, November 15th. So get ready for new music from Dwight Yoakam.
Still rocking that Bakersfield sound. Love it. Okay, also, new music out today. Zach Bryan. Yeah, I know he's been teasing stuff left and right ever since the breakup. But we actually have a new single. You can listen to the entire thing today, and it's called This World's a Giant. Take a listen.
Let's pour some wine, still a little time, maybe a little bit left in me to sleep. We still be quiet, the world's a giant. I ain't ever had myself with David's heart. I'll say sorry to God for all the trouble I caused. Maybe that's a good place for me to start.
I mean, does anybody write like Zach Bryan does? This world's a giant. I've never had a David's heart. Talks about apologizing to God for all of his misgivings. So who knows? Slightly autobiographical. It's possible. Once again, new from Zach Bryan out today. It's called This World's a Giant.
And finally, if you listen to Luke Combs' cover of Tracy Chapman's Fast Car, you might notice a lyric change from the original song. Well, Luke did not do that on purpose. In the recording, in one verse, Luke sings, "Still gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way." Tracy Chapman told Luke that the lyrics are actually, "We gotta make a decision." Now, she was very nice about correcting him, but Luke told an audience this week, quote, "I remember when she said it, I wanted to crawl in a hole. Yeah. I think about it every single time that I sing the song, and I will think about it every time that I sing the song for the rest of my whole life." Yeah. He wanted the song to be as close to the original as a way to honor the song as possible, which is why he didn't change the pronouns in the song. But I think he still messed up another word.
I think he did a good job honoring the song. And
Tracy Chapman obviously wasn't mad. She's like, "Why'd you change the lyrics?" And he said, "That's when I realized I did the wrong lyrics."
Yeah. Didn't mean to.
Oops, too late.
Those are your country quickies this morning. It's Brandon Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Miles on it from Kane Brown. It's Brandon Cortland. And speaking of Miles, the Oval at Hawkeye Downs. Well, the Hawkeye Downs in general is now going to be getting a huge facelift. More than just a facelift. This is a $33 million project that now has gotten the green light from the Cedar Rapids City Council.
And you said that they're planning to break ground like very soon.
This month, they will break ground on the project. It'll be happening in two different phases. And the first phase will be including that new 45,000 square foot expo center, which will be right next to the Speedway, which will include suites that overlook the track. Also another 42,000 square foot flex building, a new go-kart track.
Yeah.
And a 900 square foot tech barn for race car inspections. That'll be phase one. And they are going to break ground on that portion yet this year. The second phase then will include an 88-room hotel, a 2,500 square foot restaurant, another 30,000 square foot flex building, on a total of 6 acres for phase two. So there you have it.
Yeah, that's going to be huge.
It is going to be, it's going to completely transform not only Hawkeye Downs, but I think that portion of the southwest side of Cedar Rapids. The entire project, they say, should be completed by 2027.
And I think it could definitely use a bit of a facelift.
I think so. I mean, obviously, there is a diehard racing community and fan base here in Cedar Rapids and Eastern Iowa.
But they host so many other events over there, too.
They do. And I think this facelift and these renovations are going to make this a place that more than just race fans can enjoy. And it'll make it available and nicer for more race fans to be able to go. So if you want to take a look at some of the photos that we have up, what am I calling it? The renderings, I guess, of how this is going to look once it's completed. We have those up on the K-Hawk app. So Hawkeye Downs is going to look a lot different in just 2 years from now. It's Brandon Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Don't say we didn't warn you. This is going to be tough. Choose wisely on This or That Thursday from 98.1 K-Hawk.
Well, I mean, listen. A difficult choice, but a lot of folks siding with Team Nachos today on a This or That Thursday. Nachos versus loaded fries in an appetizer battle that had Cortland and I hungry at a very early hour today. Looking at these photos, I mean, come on. How could you not be?
I'm always craving nachos. There's never a day where I'm like, I don't feel like eating nachos today. If it were up to me and my health didn't matter,
yeah,
I would eat nachos every single day, and I don't think I would ever get sick of them. But I do love loaded fries, too.
Yeah.
You've been to Friday in Marion.
Oh, my goodness, Cortland,
The
let me tell
buffalo
you.
chicken mac and cheese fries. The poutine.
Poutine fries.
So good.
Poutine fries.
And then, of course, I have all my go-to places for nachos.
Sure.
The number one place that I go the most often because I can order them on DoorDash is Bushwood in Cedar Rapids.
Sure. To the person who, by the way, said neither, I would just tell that person to reach out for help.
Brian said, who thinks about nachos or fries at breakfast time?
Hello?
Who are you talking to?
Dude.
Have you ever listened to our show, Brian?
Breakfast nachos.
We had those at Runts Munchies.
Yes, it's possible.
And
Just
they
has
were
proven it.
Oh, they were so good.
Thanks to everybody who voted for nachos or loaded fries on a this or that Thursday, and thank you for suggestions too. A lot
Loaded
of people.
tots also.
Oh yeah, I mean tachos. It's hard to beat those too. Leave your suggestions, by the way, for us on where to get nachos and loaded fries. Your favorite spots on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. It's Brandon Cortland at K-Hawk. 98.1 K-Hawk, number one for New Country and your all-time favorites on a Throwback Thursday. Ain't going down till the sun comes up from Garth Brooks. Good morning, it's Brandon Cortland. Unfortunately, the sun is going down on another Cedar Rapids restaurant, this one in the downtown area.
I feel like this is just, it's been too many in the downtown area.
Yeah.
We lost Chop House downtown. We lost Barrel House. And now we're losing Taco Gato.
Okay, now I have never been to Taco Gato. You have been there before, and
Yeah,
you
I've
really
been there
enjoyed the food, right?
A couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food was really good. I know it's got taco in the name, but it's definitely the farthest thing from a typical Mexican restaurant.
Sure.
They've got a very curated menu, and it's kind of like fancy Tex-Mex in a way.
Okay.
They had really good margaritas. The whole environment inside the restaurant and the decorations were just really cool. So it's a bummer that this place is closing when they just opened in April of last year.
Okay, so if you've never been to Taco Gato, you still have a little bit of time, but not much, right? When are they shutting down?
Their last day in business will be Saturday, November 23rd.
Okay.
Now, we do want to remind you, though, that Taco Gato is part of the Fun Not Fancy restaurant group, and they have a lot of great restaurants in the area
Yes, they
that
do.
you should try out, like LP Street Food and Sacred Cow is really good. Cliff's also awesome and happens to be right next door to Taco Gato. So
Yeah.
you can always check out those other places, too.
Yeah, they also own the Hipster in Marion.
I've
which
still
is-
never been there.
Oh, my God, you need to.
I know.
Great food menu, awesome drinks. The Hipster's a lot of fun. So sad to see Taco Gato go. If you haven't ever been downtown, you've got a couple weeks left. So you can check out photos of their menu on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. New from Riley Green, a damn good day to leave. It's Brandon Cortland wrapping things up here on a Thursday. Riley, I couldn't agree more. That's why I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Today is
We get it.
my Friday, sorry.
You just I feel like you don't work any Fridays the rest of the year.
No, I do. I don't, but I don't work tomorrow and I don't work next Friday. But then
nice.
I work a few. And then I don't work a few in December. So, I mean, listen, you have the same thing. We have days that we have to use before we get to the end of the year. And so
you're just picking all Fridays.
Yeah, because it's the best day for us to take off, I feel.
I don't know. Mondays are pretty good, too.
Monday's just one more day of sleeping in.
Then you don't get the Sunday scaries.
Oh, that's a real thing. You're actually right.
What are you doing this weekend? Anything fun?
Jack squat! Listen, I hope to get the Christmas decorations, the rest of them up that we were wanting to put up last weekend.
Tomorrow you have no excuse because you're not doing squat, as you just said.
Yeah. I know. Maybe a few outdoor decorations. Carly really wants to make the outdoor decorations look good this year. She's got this vision, which frightens me. And one of
Does
them
it involve you getting up on a ladder?
One of them does, up on the roof. And I said, listen, girl, I go, you got to make sure and hold the ladder at least. So
I would never allow you to get up on a ladder ever again.
Well, could you please text the rest of my family and convey your feelings? Because
I'm going to call the police.
No, don't call the cops.
This man fell off a ladder and broke his back a few years ago.
That's just what the neighbors want to see, by the way, is a cop car pull up in our neighborhood.
Don't allow this to happen again.
What's Brain doing this time? All right, dad joke to get us out of here on a Thursday.
Okay, Brain, what sound does a turkey's phone make?
This is going to be good. I love turkey humor. What sound does a turkey's phone make?
Wing, wing.
Okay. All right.
I had another joke that I could make that involved gobbling, but I'll save that one.
We're going to spread out the turkey humor until we hit Thanksgiving. All right, back tomorrow bright and early at 5 a.m. I mean, she will, I won't. Until then, so long.